Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the month of May 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take with you whatever resonates and leave behind for others what does not. To get a deeper view of your month, be sure to check out your readings for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I'll be starting out with the Celtic Cross spread for the tarot reading, and we'll close off the reading with a message from an oracle card. So let's see what we have here. I'm going to go through and identify the different cards in the layout here, the spread here, and we'll go through the meaning, and I'll also do some additional clarifications. So in terms of your current situation, you have the Nine of Wands, and what crosses or complements you is this Three of Wands. In terms of what's above, you have the Star. What's below, Seven of Swords. In the past, you have the Nine of Coins or Nine of Pentacles. In the near future, you have the Moon card. In your current attitude or view of the situation, you have the Ten of Cups. In your environment, you have the Faith card, which is the equivalent to the Hierophant. In your hopes and fears, you have the Ace of Swords. And in the outcome, you have the World card. So here it seems like the current situation is you've really kind of been putting a lot of energy into kind of maintaining what you have and even wanting to do more, possibly something different. You in the past have this card of the Nine of Coins where it seems like you were able to enjoy the rewards of the hard work you've already done, but it seems like you're still kind of in that like burnout zone almost. And in your kind of like your focus, what's on your mind, you have the Star card, which is a sense like of healing and balance and hope, and like really looking for a certain sense of clarity. And what you have below is the Seven of Swords, which is a sense of, liar, stealer, cheater, but also it can be imposter syndrome or kind of a sense of really something not being revealed. And in the near future, you have the Moon card, which is a sense of a journey without clarity, and possibly bring up certain hopes and fears. It's also an opportunity to get in touch with your intuition. And right now, in terms of your attitude, you have the Ten of Cups. So it seems like you are really wanting to see this in the best potential light. And in your environment, these are, external influences on you. You have the Faith card here, which is basically, it influences you, but just like, outside of tarot, you have control over your decisions here, or even inside of tarot, you have this control over your life decisions. So this is an influence. It could be a sense of a certain institution, perhaps religious values, possibly even a desire to, attain knowledge on a higher level. And in your hopes and fears, you have the Ace of Swords, which is, a sense of clarity. You're focusing on a sense of clarity as well. And it also is about victory and honest communications. And with the World, it is, being able to complete one journey and start out on a new journey. And here, this journey in the near future of the moon, with the hopes and fears being the Ace of Swords, there's some type of, and here in the, what's below you, the Seven of Swords, there's some kind of fear related to something being revealed, some kind of truth coming out here. And in terms of completion, you have the Ten of Cups, you have the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Coins. This is like, the culmination point. It's almost done with with the cycle of the suits. Cups is done with the cycle of the suit and it starts up at Ace again. And here in the Ace of Swords, that is, where the beginning of the Swords suit starts. So be interesting to see if there's any more aces or tens that come up. So let's take a look at this situation in your past, the Nine of Coins. Let's clarify that. You have the High Priest, which is the equivalent of the Faith card, which is equivalent of the Hierophant. So it seems like there was some kind of tradition, some type of institution where you have, been possibly doing work and you've done it well. And it could be that you are, climbing up the ladder in that organization, whatever it is, and feeling that you are just kind of taking on a lot and going to a path where you're not really sure you even want to be. So let's take a look at the Three of Wands here. You have the Queen of Swords, and that's about honest communication and independence. Perhaps you're looking to possibly not need to work your way up in an organization. You're possibly wanting to cut ties with that and do something on your own. So let's take a look, as your environment here is the same as the clarifier for your past. So let's take a look at the environment. I'm going to take these two cards. They want to come out. So you have the Three of Pentacles and King of Wands, where it's almost as if this is, maybe it's part of even like a mentorship that you're going through, and you're really trying to prove yourself. You're definitely working hard, and to some degree, could be someone, some kind of independent person, maybe even an independent business person that is really influential in what you do. Perhaps you want to be like this person. Maybe they're an entrepreneur. But it seems like that your need to kind of prove yourself and to kind of grow has to do with your environment that you've already kind of found some success in. So let's take a look at this star card up here in terms of what's on your mind. You have the King of Pentacles. So that seems to be like, in line with this concept of possibly wanting to be your own person and having, a certain hope or vision for what, you want for yourself. So let's take a look at the Ten of Cups, because that's also this concept of like a happy ever after, kind of getting everything you want. You have the Page of Swords, which is, still an immature and energy, really wanting to get things right, wanting to be able to gather as much information, sense of curiosity, and but they also really want to seem like they're confident as well. So you're really trying to, keep that confidence up. So then what's the Seven of Swords about? Seven of Swords, it's the, moon in Aquarius. The Nine of Wands is the moon in Sagittarius. And then here you have the star card, and that's also Aquarius. So it's almost as if like you have this idea of hope, but what you're doing right now, it's almost like there's no clarity in where you're going to be able to advance, and where you are. And there's no clarity of if you're going to advance, trying something out on your own. But here, it's kind of like there's not a lot of clarity in what you're hoping for. So this could also be like hidden fears. So we'll go ahead and just take a look what you have here for the Seven of Swords. You have the Knight of Cups, which is, about kind of wearing your heart on your sleeve and offer of love, creativity, imagination. But also it could be a sense of, really needing to tap into this heart sense. Where are the cups? Let's take a look at what other cups you have here. You have the Ten of Cups. So here you got to start really communicating from the heart. It seems like you got the business, the rational communication, got the wands. You've got the pentacles. So maybe you need to work on trusting your gut, trusting your heart, and following that. So let's take a look at this near future. Actually, no. Let's look at your hopes and fears, because the Ace of Swords is about clarity. And you need that. It's almost like you need clarity in order to pursue this unknown forward. So it's like you're seeking. You have the Emperor. And that's really about, power, masculine energy. Because of the number of kings here, possibly, connections with a father figure, and wanting to kind of have have the clarity, have the knowledge so that you can be in this position of power. You have the ability to build boundaries, protect yourself, protect others. What you say goes, almighty, all powerful. So, but, to get there, it's a journey. This emperor here is, wearing the, was it the battle attire of a knight? So they've had to go on that journey. They've had to get the experience. And here it's as if you need to have the experience. You know what you want, kind of an idea for you want for your goals. You understand that to have some independence, you're going to have to really go outside of your comfort zone. And here with the moon, that's what you have in your near future. So let's see what's there for you. You have the Seven of Swords, which is here again. So it's a concept of really almost, I'm not necessarily seeing this as a love reading. I am seeing this more as like pursuing life goals, life purpose, career, job, things like that. But it's really a tie between, what you can't see, what's hidden, things that will come out and try to betray you. For some people, it could be that just a fear of getting like swindled, a fear of, not seeing something coming and being vulnerable just in general. But definitely, you've got here the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords. You got the Ace of Swords. So it seems like really you are in a good position to be able to spot things that might be not what they seem. So possibly take a look at things that are too good to be true. If it's almost too easy. If it's too easy, then you kind of have to wonder why that is. Because here the Emperor is not wearing a tank top, shorts, and flip-flops. Emperor's wearing like armor. And I would say you really, in this next step forward, to some degree, it could be imposter syndrome. But either way, you still need to keep going forward. And you do, because you end up here with the outcome of the world, which is, completing a journey and having some type of accomplishment from it, and going out on a new journey, starting a new one, like a rebirth. And that is clarified by the World card. So it's like, no, I'm serious. The outcome is that you get to enjoy your journey. You get to be, protected by spirit, and you get to choose a next journey to go on. Like, there's nothing that should stop you from moving forward, because all there is beginnings and endings of journeys, and then beginnings again and endings again, and beginnings and endings, and so forth. So I'm going to pull a card, an oracle card here, to identify for you the animal totem that guides you this month. You have cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. So to some degree, this sense of like being, hesitant, fearful, it's pretty much saying, no, you need to pursue. You need to kind of, you know what you want. No, this is it. Your hopes and fears are here. You'll have power. You'll have courage. You just need to take your next step in approaching that. So, Cancer, I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of your month, and we'll see you next time. Take care.